If you're here to see a review of the FNAF 2 movie before you've seen it, to like kind of gauge whether or not you should go see it, first of all, why the hell did you pick this video? And second of all, if you're a fan, then you should go. Like, if you enjoyed the first movie, you'll enjoy the second movie. My overall take is they're about the same. Okay, you can click off now. But if you want to hear me yap and ramble, and also spoil the entire movie, then stick around. So, watch FNAF 2 movie. I literally just got home and sat my butt in my chair, and I'm going to talk about it. I think overall it wasn't as good as the first movie. And like, before I say anything, you should know that I'm a fucking fan of the FNAF games. I like, I wouldn't say full super fan. Like, they're not my favorite games of all time, but like, I know a lot about them, and I'm pretty invested in them and stuff. So I walked out of the first movie loving it. And I had a great time because that movie delivers to the fans. It's has so many references, so many callbacks, and it's just so beautiful to like kind of see all the stuff you remember from the game like on the big screen and stuff, right? And the second movie has that. Like, genuine highlight was they pick up the Freddy plush and it goes like exactly like that. Like, it doesn't actually do it like, no, it's just the fucking FNAF beatbox clip, and it's so funny. I remember walking out of the first movie, and my biggest critique is that it didn't, like, there wasn't a scene that played out like the games. Do you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't a moment where Mike was in the office and he's like closing doors and checking cameras as the animatronics are coming to get him, and then Foxy like runs down the hallway after him, right? Like, you get to see the animatronics killing people, but it's never related to how they would in the games, right? And it's like, I don't know, I feel like the FNAF movie, it should be like the game, you know what I'm saying? But it had all the characters, it had a lot of references to the game, all the cool stuff that was special about the game was present in the movie. They had Mangle, all the toy animatronics, all the withered animatronics, right? The fucking mask it's used, right? But it doesn't evoke the same emotions as the second game, right? Like, what I was hoping for, they have a scene where Mike is in the office and he's like sort of defending against the withered animatronics specifically, which is great. It's a good way to incorporate the famous parts of the second game into the movie, right? With all the other shenanigans that were going on in this fucking plot right now, right? But it was very like, he gets in the office and then all the withered animatronics come after him, and then he shuts them off and he gets out, right? Like, they spend so little time on it, and like, that was like the most exciting part, right? Like, I wish there would have been like, okay, he's in the office and then Foxy shows up on the hall and then he starts flashing them, and then Foxy goes away, and then maybe Bonnie crawls through the vents, and then Balloon Boy comes down, and it's like that slow build up over time, right? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like, because I was thinking this with the first movie too, where it's like, you shouldn't come into a FNAF movie expecting to actually get scared, right? It's fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not going to be actually scary. But I watched this movie right after playing Sister Location, right? I played through it with my sibling, like right before watching the movie, because we were like, FNAF, like, yeah, let's fucking play through Sister Location, why not? And looking at that game, how that game does horror, and like how it builds things up, and the sound design just being on point, like, I was like, wow, I forgot how good this game is at its atmosphere, and like, and just the coolness of that. And watching the movie after that, it was just like, man, it doesn't have that same punch, you know what I mean? So I do 100% get the argument of like, oh, man, I wish there was some scarier scenes. And it's like, I've never been scared by a horror movie. I don't really think horror movies can scare you besides like jump scares. But like, I think just having like, it'd be like, oh, this is like creepy, there's like fucking sounds coming from all directions. I think it really could have made for some cool moments, instead of them capitalizing on wanting to do as many jump scares as possible, right? Some of the action jump scare moments were pretty sick, like fucking Mangle on the car. That was fucking awesome. It was just complete action movie madness, and it was awesome. It was Mangle. It was gonna be fucking cool. But yeah, I did think the toy animatronics talking kind of just like took their scariness out. Like, I think because the animatronics are they're kind of treated as just characters, you know. They're not in the pizzeria. There's no mystery or mystique behind them. There's just like, here's this the way I describe them is, you know exactly why they're doing the things that they do, right? In the actual FNAF games, there's that creepiness of you see the animatronics and then they start moving, and you don't know their intent or if they're coming after you, just wandering around. Like, it's so mysterious, right? But in the FNAF 2 movie, you know, their intentions are very clear. They're going and they're doing things. They're like characters, right? And their motives are extremely clear, and they're not, it doesn't feel like they're malfunctioning, right? Except for the withered animatronics. Those kind of felt like, that kind of captured that vibe when the withered animatronics were there. That was honestly just the best part of the movie. Was like just playing FNAF 2. Like, that's the coolest part. I think if they just leaned into that more, and I hope they do with the third movie. I don't know if they will. It's gonna be fucking William Afton talking in Springtrap like the toy animatronics did, so it probably won't have the same vibe as FNAF 3, right? Where it's just this fucked up corpse robot coming after you and like staring at you and stuff, right? But I'm still excited for it. I'm still totally gonna see it because, yeah. Also, another thing, fucking, they had Five Nights at Candy's reference the second the movie starts. That was so sick. And Pop goes right next to it. Oh my god, incredible. I popped off for that. That was so cool. I loved seeing that stuff. Yeah, Corey Kenshin was in it again. Fucking awesome. That's my goat. Matt Pat was Toy Bonnie, but you wouldn't know unless you saw the credits. Like, oh, it's Matt Pat. Okay. And they played the next Living Tombstone song. I'm glad this is becoming a trend. That's fucking awesome. There was some more goofy, like, okay, like, the most controversial thing from the first movie was like the whole fort building scene, because it just like completely rips away the horror from the animatronics. I think I would have been fine with that kind of stuff with the toy animatronics, which they did kind of do, because Toy Chica just shows up to the fucking school fair. But then they try to make it like Toy Chica all scary and like murdered the teacher, and she's like yapping as like fucking whoever the fuck plays Toy Chica, and it's like, I don't know, it's kind of corny. And also, there was one kind of corny moment that was funny, where they had like this character falls in a river, and then all these little marionette guys like kind of go, and then they chew him up and stuff. So yeah, that part was just like, it felt stupid and it wasn't scary at all, but it was kind of funny, you know what I mean? Overall, as usual, FNAF movies, don't expect to get scared. Don't expect some nice ambiance and great sound design like the games. It's action movie. I don't want to say slop, because it was a good movie and I enjoyed it, but it is very like action packed, like jump scare, rah 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 rah, you know. I had a lot more critiques and things that were just like, I wish they kind of wanted done this differently than the first movie, but I think it was still overall good, and they still kept that truth to them of staying true to the fans and giving fans what they want and stuff. So that was great. I think with where the plot is going on these movies, they have the opportunity to kind of slow down for the third one, which I think is good. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just really attached to the games and I don't like seeing stuff change when they get adapted to the movies. But if FNAF 3 plays out extremely similar to how it plays out in the games, then I'm gonna be super hyped. Like, because that is what's fun about the FNAF movies, is seeing, you know, like, especially if you're a fan, just these things you've seen all the time, you know, time and time again. They're so iconic and classic, and seeing it in movie form, and it's like seeing these characters experience them for the first time. It's almost like watching a Let's Play, you know? But it's so much more immersive, and they feel like real characters actually like experiencing the real thing, you know? That's what's cool about the FNAF movies, is when they have moments like that. So the more they lean into that, the more it's going to be like, hell yeah, I'm on board. Still no Markiplier, but his movie's coming out next, so I'm definitely going to see that, because more than anything, I want to support indie films, and it's cool that a film can get notoriety just from being on the internet and then go into a bunch of cinemas and be like a new movie, right? I want to see that happen more. Like, things get popular on the internet and then get transferred over to shit where it's really hard to be indie, like cinema, right? Like, I think that could be really sick. So yeah, definitely going to Iron Lung. You should go to Iron Lung. that will be an actual horror ass movie. I think it'll be pretty good. The last thing was, it was really weird that the puppet kind of haunted people. I thought that was like, I don't know, it didn't feel that like cool, and it's not like, I mean, I don't want to be like, it's not the games, I don't like it, but that is kind of, you know, it's not like the games, man. Like, what the heck? Like, why is a puppet like taking over bodies? It felt like, I don't know. Like, I know it's stupid in this franchise to be like, it kind of feels unrealistic and out of pocket, but I don't know. It's just like, since when could Charlotte be doing all that, right? Like, it's like, I would be fine with Charlotte taking over minds, I think, if the puppet had the puppet's vibe, because the puppet's vibe is just like, you know, kind of caretaker and not really a vengeful spirit. In this movie, they really make Charlotte like a vengeful spirit and like this like cartoony villain, right? It's just like, that ain't the puppet, bro. Not to me. The practical stuff was all amazing. You know, like the puppet coming out of the box was super sick. And I think the pizzeria that they made, just like with the moat and stuff, it was just like, it captured the vibe of FNAF 2 perfectly. Like, and it made it so much more distinct. Like, I feel like FNAF 1 and 2, their locations are kind of interchangeable with like a slight difference. They emphasized that difference in the movie versions, which I really liked. Anyways, that's all I have to yap about for the FNAF movie. Overall, if you watched this before watching the movie, what the fuck? You've literally spoiled it all. You can't watch the movie anymore. That's your own fault. Would I recommend it? If you're a fan, yeah. Then go with some buddies. I don't know if you should go to this movie alone. It's like, it's kind of a buddy movie where you laugh at Freddy Fazbear going ho 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 ho. If you have your own thoughts about the movie, you can leave them in the comments, I guess. I don't know if I'll care though. No offense. Have a great day.